Okay, Noel, I wanted to kind of go over at least this unit and Charmy because Charmy is just stupid. And this is mainly going to be for a pay to win video, but I really want to show her max dupe to y'all because it's kind of toxic. And I haven't used her max dupe because I only got her max dupe recently with the rerun banners. So it's going to be a fun video when I do make that, probably later. But we are now at the time of posting this, I'm pretty sure 1 week away from Summer Noel. She's coming out on the 19th in the morning for US servers and on the 18th at night for Asia and EU. I'm not too sure about the other servers, but sometime between then. Now, obviously, we know Summer Noel is very good, so we're gonna go over her kit, talk about if her dupes are needed. I'm gonna do a proper Noel build video later with like actual gear and talents and all that stuff. But for now, you just get to see Noel max dupe. But I'm planning on doing no dupes and max dupe videos for units in the future. So you will get to see if you want to chase the max dupes for certain units and just see more than me just talking about saying you don't need that max dupe Noel or you don't need to dupe out Noel. But I'm going to explain to you why in this video I personally don't think you should and also shouldn't go for her skill page. But besides that, yeah, it's going to be more in future videos. But this is going to show you how she works and all of that good stuff. So let's go over to Pride Win. She is a red attacker, and the two things that really set her above the rest is, first of all, her barrier skill, that as a attacker, because of the fact she has high attack stats, it's very crazy having an AoE barrier. Plus, also, she gives a counter barrier, which we're going to talk about. And second of all, her 106 speed, which that is at any dupe. So her dupes don't really add anything to her speed like Red Asta. I was going to say Black Asta, but like Red Asta. So if we look at her speed, she's still in the top portions when there's only one other unit who has this high speed without dupes, being Hateful Fauna, which comes out in like 5 months. But besides that, Julius, Clover Academy Asta, Halloween Charmy, Langris, and Magna all have above the 103 speed because of the fact that they have it's built into their dupes, right? Getting the +3 speed twice, and Julie's getting 3 speed in total. Noelle just starts off at 106 speed, which is going to be the high speed for no dupes, which makes her very strong competitively for that, okay? And pretty good just for like free to plays because of that. Now, she has a double AoE on skill 1 and ultimate, where her ultimate is going to be applying magic attack with also magic attack for 2 turns after when you use the ultimate, which means you don't need to actually have a magic attack buffer in most cases. And then her skill 1 just gets extra damage if she has one of the 2 barriers on her. Now, her barrier skill does apply a Blessing of Water barrier up to 160% of magic attack, of her magic attack, right? And it's going to be giving a counter to whoever has it for 2 turns. As long as it's up, right? As long as it's up, as long as that barrier stays up, as long as people don't destroy through it, you're going to get that counter every single time someone hits into you, which makes it very strong. And it's going to have a different icon. So you're going to have the blessing barrier and then barriers. Now remember, barriers can stack, which makes it very strong. One person gets 2 barriers and everyone else gets 1 barrier, which could be up to like 100k magic attack once you start building out those magic attack sets. So it's very good. Now, her dupe passive. Okay, at 2 dupes, what it gives is just a 10% barrier at the start of a wave. Okay, and it's not, this is wrong, it's just you get a 10% barrier of your HP, max HP. And why I don't like the 2 dupe is because it doesn't really add anything, okay? Especially the 2 dupe, it's kind of worthless. You get 10% more HP technically, but if we consider, first of all, that it doesn't really add anything besides that, and second of all, Julius is coming out a week after, or should be, unless Tech don't lied. Y'all gotta check out that clip, it's so funny. But Julius is coming out a week after, and nothing is stopping him from killing in one shot. That barrier is tickling, okay? It is not good. 10% HP at 2 dupes is not crazy. Now, at max dupes is when it gets kind of worth it. At max dupes is when it becomes a blessing barrier, and the blessing barrier, of course, as we talked about, is the counter barrier. So at the start of a wave, you just get the counter barrier like that. And for PvE, it lets you apply the actual blessing barrier on someone else, so then you have to consider someone has the other blessing barrier from the shield, and you have your own. So 2 people are going to have counters, which is good for PvE. And for PvP, why it's good is because people like Charlotte, Voltos, William, Sally, who all have really good ultimates or just attacking skills that you want to use turn 1, they're going to be attacking, and not being able to get rid of the barrier results in her countering turn 1 without having to use any skills. She just starts with that blessing counter at max dupe. But at 2 dupes, it's just a normal barrier. 10% barrier is not that crazy. So it's either you're all in or you're all out, okay? I really don't recommend going wishy-washy because it's not worth it. And that's my personal take on it, okay? Now on her skill page, By the way, you have to consider Julius is a week later and his dupes are a lot better. But on her skill page, it's also really bad. It adds healing, okay, on the skill 2 if an ally already has a barrier active. That means you have to have another barrier unit, and they have to have taken enough damage for this heal to be useful. So already the heal isn't really that useful in my eyes. And then you got to consider her passive itself is shit. When you're attacked, you have a 20 up to 35% chance at max dupes, bro. Max dupes to grant a barrier equal to 5 up to 10% damage taken. Why are we like adding so little damage as a barrier? Okay, first of all, and second of all, if you have such a low number that it becomes a barrier, it's just worthless, right? But if it's such a high number, you just gotta realize you're gonna be dead. Okay, you're gonna be dead. If it's a high number and you're gonna get a high barrier, technically, you're gonna die before you get the high number barrier. So I don't think the skill page is worth it. You're better just running one that gives you magic attack, right? So I don't really, don't run it, right? So for dupes, just all in, all out. That's how I really see it. If you want CC though, go all in, right? If you're a pay to win, for sure, it's gonna be worth it. Like, I'm not saying it's not gonna make her a better unit, okay? But she's already going to be a 10 out of 10, so you don't need it. But will it make her annoying? Sure, 2 dupes, not going to do anything. So let's go into PvP. I'm going to try to find teams that have relatively, I guess, global-esque teams. I'm not going to try to go for anything past Season 3 or 4, really, because then it gets into territory that isn't too good. If there's Julius's, I don't really mind, but Julius, for me, is getting a separate video. So max dupe here, but remember, in the future, I will be doing no dupes and max dupe showcases for Noelle and maybe Charmy, but Charmy might just be max dupe. We're gonna have to see. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So just to show, this is the team that we're gonna be running. So Sally is gonna be giving the all attack buff, which will be a bit dangerous, but it's also to show that the counter barrier is not as crazy as it always seems. Okay, now Rodis is gonna be applying the stun block, and then we got Noelle also applying her barrier. Then Lillian either speeding Rodis up, because Rodis is the barrier that's more important between the two because of the stun block, or either giving us damage reduction and giving us a counter, but the counter doesn't really do anything, so let's just hop in. Alright, so let's see how we want to approach this one depending on the turn order. So our full team goes first, which means I'm just going to use the damage reduction. So we're going to see right here, right, we're not going to get rid of the blessing barrier. She's max dupe, and she's going to do some decent damage, right? Like Sally's looking pretty low, right? But then you got to realize everything that we're going to be getting. So actually, for this one, I will be applying this on, I feel like Noelle's barrier is going to be more important in this whole thing. So we're going to give it to Noelle, right? Now, Rodis is going to apply his barrier and stun block. And because I have a magic attack set for him, it's going to be very high. And then Noelle is going to be applying, and also that gives us stun block, right? Now, Noelle is going to be applying hers on herself because she needs it. Actually, no. She already has it, right? So the way I'm able to work is because she already has it. Right... Where is it? Does she not have it? Oh, it's because we got countered, right? Never mind. So she doesn't have it. So we're going to apply it on herself. And now she has, that was 150 plus 170 plus a 100 from Rodis. So she has a 400k barrier on herself right now. So yeah, her damage is going to be quite something. And that's basically how she works. So this team is not going to be bad, but for everyone, will it work? No, you will have to make sure that your units are first for it to be such a good case scenario. But when the good case does happen, then obviously it's going to be great. But if not, you could run someone like Voltos instead of William to ensure that you go first. But in my case, my units are very quick. I have my speed gear on them, so we're chilling. Noelle's counters does the work because we gave her the counter. I'm going to put Noelle in that first slot because I feel like it's important to see her thing. Just to say, I gave stun block skill page, the autumn leaf one, the SR, to both Noelle and Rodis for this team because Mars, I don't want them stunning us, and also Julius in this case, because that season 4 Charlotte, essentially what she is an all attack AoE buffer who also gives AoE counters, but she is very quick, so she is going to be using the combo turn 1 with Rodis, which we do not want to stun us, essentially. So that's how it's going to work. The skill page that I applied gives us 1 turn stun, and it's really good. It's the autumn leaf skill page. It's just a generic skill page, and yeah, I personally really like it. So we're going to apply damage reduction. In this case, it's going to be good. You see the counter, right? It doesn't do the most amount of damage, but because Sally is a supporter and not the best gear on her, oh, she doesn't actually apply the counter turn 1. Damn, she duped us. Okay, so yeah, Sally, she's gonna be good, but you could also put someone like Ghost or Voltos there. Same thing, right? You just give the magic attack to someone like Noelle, right? And her barrier becomes giga buffed, right? So that's basically how this works. Now no one could be stunned, right? No one could be stunned, and now we apply this, and yeah, that's GG. So they're probably gonna apply the barrier. No, oh, interesting. Okay, do not do that. On global, don't do that, okay? So he's going to try to stun, but because we have Rodis, this team works very well together. It's just very nice. So now we cannot be stunned because Radis applied the stun block, and that basically amounts in their death. So obviously, if you get to stun NOELLE, that's great. So I really do recommend turn 1 to actually go for the stuns if you're trying to go for that type of team. We're just going to get rid of Julius's first life, get him to his second life. Okay, apply our defense increase, and that's why Radis works well. He also gives us that defense increase with, if he has a skill page, also damage resistance. But as I said before, I applied our stun block skill page instead. So yeah, I mean, hey, it doesn't really matter what I do at this point. We're gaming, bro. So yeah, that would have stunned. When you see that the status element thing, it's because it would the status element block. It's because it would have actually stunned us. Little thing that I've found out over the times, and I'm sure many of you guys have also. So yeah, this team, not that bad. Obviously, my team is very good, but it's a pretty decent showing of NOELLE and Max Dupes. And of course, can't wait to actually get her back down to normal people's levels and try her out then. See how she works then. And then we can make a more educated guess, or educated answer as to if we want to no dupe or max dupe, right? I think Charmy changes stuff greatly. I'm going to just stay on the screen for a little bit. Charmy changes stuff greatly because she applies continuous HP recovery, which is very strong. And it's also because of what else she applies. She makes the game a bit quicker and slower at the same time by giving more SP to everyone and also giving her level 3 increased defense, which level 3 increased defense has never really been in the game before. Radis has level 2. Mimosa Season 1 has level 2. So level 3 is a very strong increase. I think it's 175%. So being able to get up to that amount is very good, right? So we do gotta say that does change things a bit in terms of how much you're tanking, how much the barrier is important, how much magic attack you need to make sure that you're able to contend in PvP. And what I like about Radis is that he may be a tank, but he's at 107 speed because of the fact that once you get his LR passive, he gets an extra 7 speed, which is very good. So for this team, yeah, damage reduction is gonna work. Yeah, counter, and you can see it's not like the craziest, right? It does damage, but not enough. And especially if you consider that counter once you have Charmy on your team, because obviously if you are someone who's going to summon a bit, I do recommend doing like 50 pulls personally. If you're going to be summoning a bit, you're going to get Charmy, and those counters you're going to heal with the continuous HP recovery like instantly. She's going to be healing like 20 to 30k every single round once you have your HP sets built up. So yeah, no, honestly, it's really fine. We could ult. I want to see the ult damage, but do we ult? I should have. We'll do it next round. We'll do it next round. I'll put the all attack buff with Sally, and then we'll ult then. Well, now we're just going to let them kill themselves. But this might be one of those battles of attrition. It's not. Okay. You decide to go that route. That's fine. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to play it very toxic. Okay, we're going to play toxic. Do you want to... Yeah, go for the stun. I bet it's going to do damage. We're going to be toxic in the way... Actually, will it even matter? So we're getting our all attack buff. Now we have a magic attack buff, all attack buff, crit rate buffs. You have a bunch of buffs, right? Just look at all that. So, yeah, we'll go for the defense increase. Or no, we're going to try to kill NOELLE. No, we'll do this. So we're just going to kill right here. We have all our buffs. They have some defense buffs, but we should be chilling. We'll do a lot of damage here. 365, pretty good. Pretty good. With how much defense buffs there were on them, yeah. I'm probably going to try to go for like a 2 million nuke with NOELLE. Did I reach 2 million? I feel like I reached 1.9 million, but not 2 million. Bummer. Okay, well, yeah, this team works very well. Just 1 DPS, right? We're chilling. Look at that, man. Look at that. So, yeah, this is NOELLE. Next round, we're going to see how a nuke goes turn 1. Okay, so this one has Julius on their team in the drip outfit. So now that they have Voltos, they're going to be attacking essentially first. The best way to go about this is just apply damage reduction now so that we don't, you know, we're not going to get killed. So that at least we counter them. We do a lot of damage, right? We do a lot of damage. But let's say like in this case, right, on cases like this, obviously the Dupe 5 is going to help. When their teams are quite weak, there's no defensive support on their teams. And of course they decide to attack into me. So, you know, this is a funny moment where that's not even, by the way, that's not NOELLE's counter, that is Williams' counter. So sometimes Williams' counter, you don't even, like, it's pretty good, right? It is pretty good. So yeah, NOELLE did all the work. That's a good showcase of her counter without her countering. Now, in normal circumstances, if you're not running William, then you wouldn't have gotten the 3 counters off because your blessing barrier, which gives you the counter, would have been damaged enough and it would have been taken off by then, and you would not have countered 3 times. Okay, so this team is relatively like comparable CC to mine. My NOELLE is a bit higher, but in general, like, they've got 2 DPS, they got Julius too. So we'll see how this works. right? I try to make it fair, but it's very hard. I'm not in the top 500, but if I was in top 500, you wouldn't be seeing too many teams without many old units. I mean, they're not old, but they're kind of old. So we'll go for we could try to go for the stun. Now we'll go for damage reduction, because Noelle cannot be stunned in this case, right? Right. So they're gonna go for it. This is usually how it plays out. So because they can't be stunned, they would have both gotten stunned because you saw the status element logo if you go back. So they would have been stunned, but because they weren't, I was able to get the counter off, and now we get both our barriers, and that's game. I could just go for the ult, kill Noelle right now, I think. Yep, there you go. Julius's second life procs, and our Radis barrier is good enough to kind of save us. So that's why I really like Radis's barrier, is because of the fact that it allows us to play more offensively sometimes. And yeah, no, it's nice. Okay. Let's just go for this. Almost killed. Yeah, that all attack increase is very annoying, especially when it applies with the total defense, which makes it so that they block every hit. We could give her the all attack now, and the wall's gonna go crazy next round or next turn. Okay, just finish it off, man. Just finish it off. Bop. Come on, the wall. Come on, can't be this hard. Oh my god, this is gonna be a while. But I'll just end it here, and we'll go to the next one. So this team on global will actually be quite good when it could happen. Reason being is because the damage reduction will be enough to kind of keep people alive if he does go that route, and then Mimosa will either res or apply the defense increase, and at that point you're not really doing damage to them, and they're going to have their barriers up, they're going to be doing damage to you, so it's quite a good team overall, and I do appreciate someone still having this team so I could kind of show it to you guys. So yeah, whenever Julius does come out, it's going to be quite good, but yeah, the damage reduction is there. And the problem why I did so much, the reason why I did so much is because of the fact that the damage reduction procs after I counter, essentially. So we're gonna do this. Julius could kill. If he goes for Noelle, he could kill, and we could lose. But he goes for Radis. Silly. Okay, well, we win. Bop. Julius' second life, he only has 2 dupes in him, which is probably why. I swear his CC was pretty high. I have to go back and see. What was his CC? Oh my god. Okay. Because, like, I'm not in top 500 right now because I haven't been playing because of global. But I feel like these teams should not be this easy. But obviously, my team is very good. So I'm not sure. But which one was it that we defeated? 215. Okay. Let's try to find a 240, 251. I'm going to refresh till I do. I'm actually very excited to play against this team. I do like fighting Charmy teams just to show off. Now they're both max dupe, the Noelle and Charmy, which is the best case for me to fight. I want to play this a bit more conservatively to just show off how. I mean, can I play this conservatively? I just want to show like how it could look. It's not gonna be the best showcase because obviously they're not like the craziest units built, but they're I think at like 225, 230 KCC around. At least here, my Noelle and Radis will not be stunned, which is what you want. So I really do recommend. You know, I might need to make a video specifically on that skill page, not gonna lie, because stunning later on is gonna become the meta, but people, you know, global meta is very wonky right now. So we're just gonna apply this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, because now if he's not gonna stun, fuck, I don't want people to die. Please don't kill. Oh, thank god. Okay, now Charmy gets to go crazy. Let's go. So yeah, it's gonna be very good. Okay, we'll apply this, pop, pop, pop. And yeah, so what the fuck, Charmy? Actually, no, we're fine. This person knows how to play, I think. I think we're good. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe I did. But, you know, the defense... Guys, Charmy, you want to apply defense first. Okay, you want to apply defense first. You want to use that ult, get your level 3 defense, go fucking ballistic, okay? Now, this is what's going to happen because you didn't apply the defense. Yeah. That's your fault, Charmy. That's your fault. What are you going to do now? Show me. Skill 2? If you skill 2, I swear to god I'm slapping you. Oh, thank god. Okay, well, at least you're not a complete idiot, but yeah, no. Because look, level 3 defense increase is stupid, bro. It's stupid. Because the amount of damage you're going to be doing... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Like, I did nothing. I tickled her, right? And it's even crazier because she has the continuous HP recovery, and at max dupe, she's healing for like 10 to 15k per every ally turn. It gets very crazy. You're not going to be doing much damage to this Charmy. And it's crazy. So we're going to stay here. We're going to see how long it takes. Because I'm telling you, it gets quite long. Especially against these two. They could easily both stay alive. I'm just saying. They could easily stay alive. Because killing these two... Bro, oh my god. This is a Charmy showcase in its entirety. Jesus Christ, man. we're gonna be here a while. Because look, I have a bunch of buffs on. I have an all attack buff, the 10% all attack buff from the skill page, Sally skill page, 26% crit rate, 18%, and then where is it? 84% magic attack. We've got a lot, but getting through everything. Okay, now this is the most amount of damage I could do. I've just had my ult. Unlucky. Okay, well that's like only like 24k, and yeah, no, it takes a while because now look, she's not dead, but look how much she's gonna heal. Yeah, almost all the damage I did with Radis and then Bop, and yeah, so I'm gonna win, but when is a very good question. Okay, when is a very good question. At least this gives me time to, you know, chat with y'all, talk about life. But yeah, no. Oh, thank God. The defense. You could see how much more damage I did when the defense increase went off. That was like half her HP. So it really does a lot, okay? Because Radis's is 140 and theirs is like 175. But that, even 140% is crazy. But getting that extra amount with the continuous HP recovery, if the people are smart in how they play, is very good. Very good, okay? Especially when you pair with someone like Mars, who is just a tank in general. So yeah, that's it. Noelle. We love Noelle, okay? Noelle's very cool. Oh, I should have taken a win screenshot. Fuck. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.